I love Michi. Show Michi. Yeah, this was the first time I got to meet Michi, and she was extremely embarrassed because she was either zooted or drunk. I don't remember which of the two. Shoto is fine too. Bro was so fucking funny during that trip. I think Sho was like, I told him like so many times, I'm like, I think this is your funniest week yet, Sho. You're doing great. And he's like, thank you. I'm like, you're so funny this week. And he's like, thank you. but he just gets funnier and funnier the more he hangs out with us. I don't know. You're doing great, pal. Is that Michi in real life? She looks just like that famous little hippo. No, you know what the funniest thing is? Okay, so this was how it went when I like met them. So like it was like this, okay. So you know how the rooms are divided. Sho was just in his own room, and then Michi was also just in her own room. Like they, no, and I think like by the time we finally came in, they were just like, I think Sho was just sitting at the foot of the bed, being like they were sleepy from jet lag and shit. Well, not Michi, because it's not a crazy flight for Michi, but she was like zooted, and he was drunk or some shit, or just, no, he was just really tired from the jet lag, and so was Yuzu. And then we come in and we're like, hey, and like Michi just kind of like looked at me and like didn't say anything, and I was like, oh my god, Michi. And then wait, here, let me see if I could draw a little picture of this. It was me being like, oh my god, Michi, and then she was like that. She didn't look that concerned. It was more like a strafe like this, and she was like just there. She was like, and I was like, oh, okay, so all right, she's got to be shy or nervous. Yeah, that's got to be it. She didn't say anything. That's really good. She like did not say like anything when we first met, and then I gave her a handshake because I did not know what to make of how she was acting. I was like, she doesn't seem as excited as I am to see her. And so I gave her a handshake, and then we went into the other room while Yuzu was unpacking. And at this point, Yuzu literally didn't even know who that was. Like, she didn't know that was Michi. She just thought that was some random girl that was there. So she was putting her shit away. And then me, Michi, and Sho were all just kind of talking. Sho gave me a bear hug as always, because he is like a small guy in a big man's body that doesn't know his own strength. So when he gives you a hug, it probably feels like a normal hug to him, but to us, it is almost having the life being crushed out of you. So that was, imagine, I'm like, Sho! I give Sho a huge hug. I turn into Michi's looking at me silently, and then we shake hands, and and then she just looked a little confused. And then after, I think she gave me a small, like, awkward hug, I guess. And I said, all right, so that's the most physical contact we will have this whole trip. She probably seems uncomfortable with me. Another thing to note, that, remember guys, I take things very, very literally because I don't want to make the other person uncomfortable. This was another mark. Me being like, oh, okay, she wants to share a bed because there are no extra beds. This is my first time meeting her. She seems very distant and needs to warm up to me, so I will not sleep with her in the bed because I don't want to make her uncomfortable, right? And so this was another thing I said, okay, like the vibes that I was getting off is, okay, I will be very careful and I will not overstep boundaries. We were just talking for a little bit, and then she just said like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed. And so she just like, she was getting ready to go to bed, and then Yuzu comes back, and then Yuzu looks and says like, wait, you're Michi? Oh my god, you're so pretty, what the fuck? You're so pretty, what the fuck? And then I said, oh, thank god. I was so excited because Yuzu opened up that conversation, because then I could talk about Michi. So I already knew what Michi looked like because she showed me pictures, but in the pictures that she sent me, she didn't have any pictures of her smiling. She has like the most adorable smile. She is just I don't know. Okay, so like Yuzu is sexy and hot, right? Like sexy, hot, pretty girl. Michi is cute girl. Like she's cute, like cute. Like she's just very cute and pretty. She is pretty cute. And then Yuzu is hot, sexy, pretty. It's just, like the different kind. She's like very femme, pretty, cutie patootie, like tiny cuteness aggression. And so when Yuzu said that, I said, thank God, I can say something. And yeah, this is what I was like. Finally met Michi. We shook hands 2 times. Yeah. So right after Yuzu said that, Michi was like, okay, I'm going to bed. And so she just got up and then she left. And so I am going off all of our interactions at that point. And I said, okay, maybe I should just stay in my own bed because it's obvious she is very, very shy. And I don't want to overwhelm her. Yeah, what a great first interaction. Matara was like, how was it? I said, as awkward as I imagined it. It was very awkward. I pray there will be 3rd and 4th by the end of the trip. It was very, very Michi though. Like I did expect it to be like that. It was funny. What happened the next day? What? The next day was the nightclub? Damn. This is where there was a shift. This, y'all, is what marked a shift. This was the next day where we were going to a nightclub. This was the day that caused a very big shift in the tone of the group. At this point, it was a little, everybody getting to know each other. This was the first time they all got to hang out and talk to each other. But the morning of this day, I went to say good morning to Yuzu and Sho. They had breakfast with us. Michi chose to not eat breakfast with us. He was like eating with her mom instead. And so I didn't get to see Michi until later. And then Michi's like, I have some stuff for your roommate. And so I went over to her room and then I dragged her ass out of the hotel room and introduced her to my roommates. And then she gave my roommates gifts. And then she waddled back to her hotel room. And I think this was the day that we all me and the roommates hung out the whole day. We ate food, we shopped a little bit. And then this is also, I think, the day that I got my jorts because I was tired of wearing like skirts and linen pants. And I couldn't find pants that fit me because they were all in high-waisted. If there is one clothing item I hate more than anything on this planet, it is high-waisted jeans. I hate them. I am a lover of low-rise jeans and baggy jeans. I do not like wearing anything else. So my collection of jeans are either oversized, gigantic baggy jeans or my skinny jeans that are low-rise. That is it, okay? And so the jorts that I found were like low-rise and they fit me. And I just really wanted to wear something comfy for one of the days. And that's why I bought the jorts. That is why I bought the jorts. Because I couldn't find anything else. Glad you're back, Queen. Have a great day. Thank you. So anyways, this was also the day that I got to meet Yusan. We saw them at breakfast. Here's another thing to note, guys. Picture this. Me and my roommates all wearing matching wolf shirts. Another day, wearing matching guava shirts, wearing matching ugly outfits. Every single day we went downstairs to eat breakfast, we were wearing like that. The VTuber group, Sho, Yuzu, Michi, and Yusan, they literally looked like celebrities every fucking morning. Like, the first time I saw Yusan was that morning, and I thought Yusan was so attractive that when we saw them, I didn't say anything. I just walked right past them because I was really shy. And then Michi like messaged me later that day and was like, what are you doing today? And we're like, oh, we're gonna just go shopping and then we're gonna get ready for the nightclub. I go mute around hot people too, for real, for real. Thank you, Juniper. You make me feel so valid. You make me feel so, at this point, Juniper, I don't even remember when we like met. But I don't remember if it was either a bro thing or me being like, damn, you're so pretty, bro. What the fuck? I genuinely think I was drunk when I met Juniper, but yeah. So I didn't talk to them really that day. But the pool is on the same exact floor as the gym. We go up to the gym and they were leaving the pool. I walked past them again. And then I messaged Yuzu. I was like, Yuzu, I'm so sorry. Yuzu, I'm so sorry. I'm just really nervous to meet Yusan because Yusan is really attractive. And then Yuzu was like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Just come over and meet them. And I said, and then Yusan messaged asking if they could borrow my setup. And I was like, sure. And so the first time I got to meet Yusan was before we went to this nightclub. And I like brought up the setup, and then I was so nervous that I couldn't even make eye contact with Yusan, and I was just like talking to Michi, and I was like, "What did you guys do today?" And then like Yusan come up, and then Michi was like, "No, this is Yusan," and then I said, "Hi, nice to meet you." And then Yusan was like, "Wow, you are very cute. You are so cute." And I was like, "Ah, ah!" And then, oh, oh my god! I was like, "Oh, oh, oh!" And then like Michi was kind of just standing there, like, "What the fuck?" Oh my god. Oh my god, I forgot about a whole day before this was a mall day that caused the shift. I will go backwards. Yusan was really aura farming. I think Yusan has the most aura out of anybody I've met in my whole entire life. But anyways, oh yeah, we went to a mall because I went to get a haircut. I was asking to get the wolf cut. They looked at me and said, "We're gonna just give you bangs." So, you know, they looked at Tony's haircut and literally gave me the same exact haircut as her. Not at all what I asked for, but you know, it was fine. They gave me a massage while I was getting a haircut. It was incredible. And this is where the actual shift came from. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to rewind it like this. Lena Botita, thank you for the raid. I hope you had a nice stream. You know what caused the shift, guys? Final Destination 4DX. We were at this mall and they had 4DX, and I said, "Oh my god, we should watch this movie." It's the first time that we were all together. Aside from Yusan, we didn't meet Yusan till the next day. But I looked at Michi and then I said to Michi, "Are you okay with horror movies?" She said, "No, like I'm not." And then when I was booking the seats, I was gonna be sitting with like my roommates, right? Because the rows were separated, so we'd have to be in separate rows. So the front row was gonna be like Michi, Yusan, Sho, and Yuzu, but Yusan couldn't go. And Michi's like, "And I'm gonna be all alone." And I was like, "No, I'll sit with you. I'll sit with you. I'll sit with you. Okay, I'll sit with you." And so we were like front of the middle section, like right at the front. And this is what caused the shift, y'all. So we're just sitting here watching the movie, and it was Michi, me, Yuzu, and Sho. That's how we were seated. And then behind us was like the roomies. And right when the movie started, like Michi fucking just latched onto me like a koala, like just like, and I said, "Oh my god!" And then like, so my left side, I was getting like squeezed by Michi, and then my right side was Yuzu, like 2 seconds from having a panic attack, like grabbing my right hand. And then eventually Michi got so scared that like my whole entire body was just like literally like thrown to the side with her, like just grabbing onto me. And then I'm in my head, I'm like, okay, like, okay, maybe, okay, this means that she's becoming more comfortable with me or something. It felt like taming a stray cat at this point. I was like, all right, okay. And so by the end of the movie, it was like Yuzu just trembling and Michi trembling, Lin trembling, all of us like, I was like, holy shit, whoa. And I had to be brave, y'all. I didn't necessarily think the movie was scary, to be honest. It was a really cool action thriller. So I wasn't like scared. The movies that make me get jump scared are like horror films like Insidious. Movies like this, I'm more like, oh my god, because it's very gory. So I said, all right, I'll be strong. I will be the strong one here. So I was just like my left side was just getting crushed by Michi. And I said, okay, well, that happened. And then after we were like leaving, the shift, I think, happened after that, because at that point, Michi began to become a lot more touchy towards me. And then I said, oh, this is so strange, because I thought she didn't like that. So I was like, okay, all right. And so it's just me adapting at this point. Fast forward now to this nightclub here. Sho and Michi and Tony got so fucked up. Mind you, we were like there was only like 20 people in this club, because I thought it was gonna be a really poppin' club. Turns out that Thailand changed a bunch of the clubs there, got rid of their dance floors and replaced them with table service instead to make more money. So there was straight up no dance floor. So there was like no people. We were the only ones popping our pussy. I am not even kidding. All of the staff were hanging out with us and partying with us because we were the only ones partying. Well, let's ask my seatmate how I got fucked up. It's because y'all kept drinking the fucking champagne. You and Lynn kept drinking the champagne, so they all got extremely fucked up. And then I was like, Yuzu, do you want some juice? Do you want some water? Do you want me to buy you some fruit, Yuzu? Yuzu, are you okay, Yuzu? They're like, you want to have a drink? I'm like, how dare you? She doesn't drink. Get that hand away from me. And then I took Yuzu's drink of champagne that the staff was giving her, that I drank her drink. And then whenever they tried to give her more, I was like, do not give her any more champagne. Don't you understand? She doesn't drink. And so it was like me and Lynn going, well, let's cheers to that. Yeah, Lynn and Tony, you see how there's 2 bottles of champagne? They cleared that. The tequila was... Michi was like, wow, I've never had tequila before. Me going for evil. Me being like, oh, interesting. Show being like, no, not again. And so, oh, that's interesting. So I showed her how to take a tequila shot. She's like, wow, that's easy. I think I should have another. And then she was like, I think I should have another. And then in the time I would go to the bathroom, I guess they had like more shots, and then they just kept going. And then all of a sudden, Michi went from stoic to her and Tony, the most affectionate people I have ever seen in my life. So I am the... Guys, you could be just standing there idly. There was a step where we were. There's like a couple steps. She would jump at you like a fucking monkey. Like, she'd jump at you and be like, Numi, and just hug and attach and be like, I love hanging out with you. I love hanging out with you. Numi getting her lightweight friends slosh. I gave them like 2. I didn't force them to have any other. It was just them being like, it's time to drink more. Get the shot. And then I was literally like, I think I need to like lock in because everybody's getting fucked and we need somebody to be locked in. And but then they're like, come on. And I said, all right, okay. And then I would like look Yuzu in the eyes as I'm drinking the shot. And I'm like, she's saying, don't go crazy, Numi. Don't go crazy. And I'm like, yes, dear. And so I locked in, I slayed. Meanwhile, the others were all just going crazy. Michi was attaching herself to anybody that was within like a 2-foot radius to her. She would jump on and just like cling to. And after that, I think they got way too drunk. And then Yuzu's like, okay, I think I want to go home now because obviously, like, if everybody's drunk and you're not, it's a little more overstimulating. And so I walked her outside, and then the whole time, Show's like sloshed it. And he's like, Numi, I need to make sure Yuzu gets home safe and Michi gets home safe because I'm responsible for them. And I said, brother, sure, buddy. And like Yuzu's just completely sober and we're both like looking at him and we're like, really now? We got them into the little Grab driver and we left like 10 minutes after because it was low-key like not fun because there was like nobody there. And we just left like immediately after and then we went to bed. And that was that. Oh, also, I got this cute little goose. That Lynn gifted me. And then she put her shirt on it and sprayed her perfume and deodorant so that I could always have her with me, even though she was staying right next to me. That is Lynn Goose, everybody. That is Lynn Goose. The pic of me passed out on the couch was so atrocious. That is my favorite picture of you, by the way. That's one of my favorite pictures of you ever. There are really great pictures that I wish I could share. They randomly had like dancers pole dancing behind us. And then there's this picture of like Michi like collapsed on Tony and Yuzu with this pole dancer just upside down behind them. And he turned it into an iMessage sticker. And it was so funny. Show, please. No. Michi and Show, they do not want their pictures out. So that is a personal